So after cooling down in the lagoon, we're now climbing a mountain because we surely want to go sweating again. But we're gonna see some nice sunset. It should be. So we have arrived. It was a horrible ride as usual with night buses. That is full. Off we go finally.
And tomorrow, 8:30.
Yes.
2 people.
Yeah.
So
it's now already 1 day later than we came by night bus, because yesterday we were so exhausted by the night bus. We just lay by this pool here, which is very nice, and we didn't do much. I did a lot of editing, finished another video, so that was productive, I think. So today we're going to explore Vientiane a little bit. I can already spoil that it's not really that much of an interesting city, so that's why we're leaving tomorrow again to Vientiane, which we just booked the minivan for. So let's see what Vientiane has to offer. I even have a mirror. We first went to Lao Textile Museum, where they show and still create beautiful clothes with unique textures. Unfortunately it was closed due to a wedding, but the lady still showed us some of the things, so that was really nice. Thereafter we went to Tat Luang, a couple of big Buddhist temples. So today it's Friday, and Sunday the Tat Lung festival is starting. They're now building up everything, so we're not going to be there with the festival itself because we're already then gone. But you can already have some kind of feeling how this festival is going to look like. I think though that the temple that we actually want to visit is closed now, so that's maybe a little bit of a disappointment. But it's still nice to see other markets and to see how a festival is being developed. Now we're going to get some breakfast. One thing you can notice in these countries is that they have a lot of those cart stands where they just sell kind of sandwiches. And if you find them, they're very cheap and they're quite delicious. So that also saves you a lot of time for getting in a restaurant and getting breakfast. I should recommend looking out for these ones when you're going into Laos or Vietnam or Cambodia. They have them mostly in every country we've been so far. Hello. Morning. One? Yes. And look how much there is in it. It's a lot. So this is our friend. Whoa. Our transport to Vang Vieng. Just kidding. This was our van to Vientiane, and now going to our hostel. Here we are. When we arrived at our hostel, called Freedom Backpackers 2, we immediately saw the sign to go tubing. We were still on time, so of course we joined. Basically, tubing is sitting in an inflatable tube and float along the river until you reach a bar. At this bar you stop, have drinks, talk to other people and just relax. After a beer or two you continue to the next bar. It was incredible. I felt relaxed and of course a bit tipsy as well. Sometimes though there are some rocks on your paths. Especially when you are with a big group, it's hard to avoid them. At the last bar everyone stayed for a little while, so everyone was not looking forward to the last part, which was just a few hundred meters, but still, the water was already very cold. So after the amazing day of tubing, we also had a pool party at our hostel, and we went to some bars and some clubs. So that was nice, dealing with a little bit of a hangover. But today we're going for a scooter and going to some lagoons. So we rented a scooter for 70,000 keep instead of 80,000 keep, and now we're at Lagoon 2, and it looks really beautiful here. You have these high mountains, and then you have like a beautiful, very clean lake here. Look at this. Three, two, one. Like we're nearly there. So we just had a day of chilling at the lagoon number 2, and then we get sweating again to the Xay Viewpoint. It's a nice view though. So yeah, finally reached the top. You can also like go on a motorbike to take a picture, or like local people making a joke of putting it up there. So it's nice here and like very crowded. So that was a ride back to Vang Vieng, but actually we're first going to the train station. That looks like this, because you have to book your train ticket like 2 days in advance or something, and yeah, the train station is kind of far away, so we're using the scooter we just rented today to go to the train station, get a ticket, and then we can use that train ticket tomorrow. So now I can go in because we had one face mask in our bag. She's using it, and you have to wear a face mask when you want to go in. It's a Chinese company. Don't let us say it too loud, but it's a Chinese company, so they have stricter rules. These are the opening hours of the train station. Like really weird opening hours sometimes to get a train ticket. Also know that from Vang Vieng to Luang Prabang, or the other way around, you definitely want to have the train, because the bus ride we have heard is very awful road, so really book a train ticket. She has the tickets. Before our train departure the next day, we went to a cave. The cave itself was not that interesting, so I'm gonna skip on that. But looking at how they built a bridge though was quite interesting. It looked really difficult. We need to put the stones on first, otherwise it will be going away again. So that is how they build bridges here, apparently. At least something nice to see today. It's such a big building for just a train station and for the small town. It's really enormous. Look how massive this is. The train itself was very nice though, and it only takes an hour. But when you arrive, you are still 11 kilometers away from the city center, so you have to get a minivan to Luang Prabang itself. We tried to get a discount with a big group, but that didn't matter. It was 35,000 keep each. Today we are going to Waterfall, and we rented a scooter again, because tuk-tuk was about 400 or 350,000 for 2 persons. Because he's staying there and also has to wait 3 hours and then he drives you back. So and the scooter is just 150,000. So if you are in a hostel, you can try to get a lot of people and try to go together, which makes it cheaper. Otherwise, just take a scooter if you're with 2 or you are by yourself. So we are now at Tat Sae Waterfall, and not to confuse with Kuang Si Waterfall, which confusion we just made and went to the wrong waterfall. That was a nice surprise. I mean, it was of course a little bit of a different waterfall than I expected. We're going to the other waterfall another day. We only had 1 hour because we have an appointment at 5 o'clock. You might be guessing what we're going to do, but I'm not going to give it away just yet.